Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle, and just now today dropped a new mini season for Valentine's for 2 weeks, and we can obtain new weapon, the bow, new mods for Dom Pedro, the ghoul gun, as well as new camp buff. Everything in here, and I do have a quick review of all those changes and new stuff for you. It's night, so you cannot see the best those new camp cosmetics. There is a bunch, it's not particularly my style, neither this video is about those camp cosmetics, outside of this sofa. Little love seat, because when you sit on that for about a minute, 30 seconds or a minute, you will receive a buff Rush of Love, which is completely new, and that gives you 25% chem duration for 1 hour when you sit on it. Oh, cool. Cool new buff for your camp you can have. Then the Dom Pedro received a bunch of stock mods. How is it used by someone else? Oh, okay. A bunch of stock mods and sights. So you can see it in here. If you choose grip and stock options, you may notice like the difference between them. It's not significant. Let's be honest. The difference between align grip and align stock is really small. All those mods, like there's such a long list. I was trying to play one or the other, and in practice, in gameplay, you cannot really notice anything. The range of the weapon is the same, fire rate is the same, damage is the same, AP cost is the same, regardless what you use. The VATS accuracy difference is unnoticeable. The weight difference is probably the biggest factor, to be absolutely honest. Some of them makes the weapon heavier than other. Yeah, maybe a little bit of an impact from hipfire accuracy modifications, but those are the same if you go with grip or stock. So the new ones did not bring really any particular improvement outside of the look. Like the look changes completely when you have stock, and that's the biggest change. All those other numbers you will not notice in the gameplay. You will only notice that the gun look different. And then we do have scope options, medium scopes or short scope, no long scope, and that you will notice, and you can aim down the scope finally. So this is more impactful. You can aim down the scope, and you can use the perk that improves your damage to the weak point when you are aiming down the scope. Although it will not apply to explosive portion of the damage, which is like half of the damage of Dom Pedro. So not as impactful the scope is here for damage as on other weapons that do not rely on explosive effect, like Dom Pedro does. Is the weapon good? It's still great, because it was great to begin with, so the fact that those new mods didn't change much outside of how the weapon appears didn't make it worse. So it's the same as it was, as good as it always was. So that's about Dom Pedro and those new mods and what it's unlocking. Now, the new weapon. So there is this piercing love bow that you can craft. And you can install sights, which are not doing too much. The glow sight, you can see that damage goes down, but that's because I'm using number cruncher. And glow sight reduces AP cost, so I do prefer higher AP cost. Higher AP cost is more damage, so I intentionally go for higher, not for lower AP cost. And I still prefer plasma arrows over anything else. Even though poison you could run if you really like this poison dot, you can double it. So you can really have very high poison dot. You can double it. Flaming, explosive arrows, and so on. The legendary effects, as you may notice, 4-star is missing, and you cannot change any. Effects themselves, 2nd star is decent, 25% chance to deal double damage, which, okay, plus 100% base damage, not double at all, especially that bows you are using mostly with stealth. Perception doesn't do anything really in practice. Suppressors, it's not that I know anyone who's using it, so I don't know why that's here. If we compare it with Burning Glove, there is some bad news to Burning Glove users. The Burning Glove lost in last patch all its unique damage bonuses. It used to do more damage than other compound bows. It doesn't anymore. It's the same. So the strongest bow of today would be the compound bow that you craft yourself and made it a legendary. So Burning Glove comes with Fire Dot, and if I would comparison, show if I put poison on it, yes, the poison will be exactly less on other bow. Therefore, it is something unique about both those bows. Burning Love with extra fire damage, and the new one from today, Piercing Love bow that has this extra poison damage that you can add. You can still run Plasma. I still think Plasma is the strongest option. But you cannot change legendary effects. That's the perk loadout I'm running at this moment. Can this bow kill super mutants with one shot? One shot. Yes, it can. Personally, I would prefer to have Furious, Reverse Onslaught, Pinpointers on 4-star, and that would do more than this bow can do. Bow performance in Ohio area, where enemies are tougher. You could use something a little bit stronger. If I shoot this stealthy outlaw, it will not kill it like that. Especially when I cannot get a headshot, and even with a headshot, it's not one and gone. So you need multiple shots. You could achieve higher damage with something else than this bow. Burning Glove would do about the same damage, different dot, but in practice, the same performance. VATS accuracy thanks to range is good, but not as good as Burning Glove. Burning Glove comes with 2nd star for VATS accuracy, so it's better in this sense. Subpar legendary effects, you probably need to craft your own compound bow if you really want to use it. But there is always a use case if you really need to unlock any of those legendary effects. So suppressors or the last shot or perception, you can craft and scrap them, as that's craftable from this mini season. In case you miss the mini season, I don't know if those items will ever return, and if they do, it will be most likely through the Atomic Shop. So if you miss rewards in those next 2 weeks, and I recommend not to miss them, then yeah, there will be no way to get it. So even if something is not great today, who knows how it will be tomorrow? Maybe you will need it. Maybe you will need something for your camp. Especially you don't want to miss this lethal left seat, as that's unique buff and one of the kind. So yeah, don't miss this one. And this is everything I have for you. What do you think about those rewards? I'll be honest with you, the bow could have been better. They proved that with the hammer in the $30 bundle that was 4-star and fully legendary craftable. And this one is neither of that. Not a 4-star and not legendary craftable. And it could have been, in my opinion. And that being said, thank God for watching and see you all in the next one.